1985, we decided to take our action seriously. In doing so, my friend was just graduating out of law school, and what little bit he knew, I need to get incorporated. And you know, you can't make money, funding, without incorporation in 501c3. Those of you may know that. So I decided to do that. But before that happened, because I had some real old timers, in 1982, my brother, with you, had a group called the Players. How many people know the Players? Yeah! Well, they used to give parties. And when they used to give those parties, jokers from down the way and across the way used to come and, you know, crash their parties and create all kinds of havoc and chump a few of the Playboys out. So I was always like a little advisor. I was working with my mom at the community center, and she said, you know, you got to deal with that. So to make a long story short, we was able to get all the so-called, I don't want to use the word gangs no more, but at the time, troopers, and all of the troopers was out. Troopers, anybody know the troopers? Yeah. They was off the hook. They were tearing up everything. From the family to the troopers. And long story short, I got a person, a friend of mine, his family here, the Lowry family. I got Avery Lowry, who was a cop. He just passed 2 years ago. And the family here, I'll talk about them later. Dan Shannon, who was a cop, he retired, he was running Golden Glove. So I went to the police. People never heard this. As much as I beat up on police for decades, it was police officers helped me start this organization. So with that, we intervened with the so-called gang members. We got together at the Lizard Armory, we pieced it out, and then I went on this thing of trying to organize all the groups around the area. And at the time, those who don't know, the Guardian Angels was meeting over over the projects. I was doing karate, and I got a few of them, a little bit of everybody, and we formed the Elizabeth Youth Council. 14 different groups. I see somebody here from the fellas. Anybody from the fellas here? There's one member back there. We had the fellas, we had the Teen Tots here, back in the day, and their members. We had the group in PM, the Positive Youth and Action in Pitts Manor. We had the Players, we had the Force. Anybody from the Force back in also? And HBO, I organized all these young groups, and we met and we formed the Elizabeth Youth Council. 3 years later, we established what is now called the United Youth Council Incorporated, and we done programs. It was a good bunch of youth kids, and everybody liked me. The sheriff, the council people, they loved this young guy helping other young people do youth stuff. It was so sweet till 1986 came. Then something strange happened. Well, the county lost $500,000. I see Manny Grover, councilman. Freeholders, they lost $500,000 worth of some of youth job funding. So I called some of my brothers, some of my youth, Hamza and Simrock, and I said, we have to organize. Because we had nothing, all we had is about 50, 60 young people, and what we did, we came with placards, with posters, and with my first real organized youth protest. And we protested from the county building, and you know what happened? Governor Tom King not only restored the money, but also put something in place so that money will never be lost again. With 50 kids. Now, then it got a little tougher. Then I started meeting other quote-unquote activists. Black Panthers wanted to recruit me, and all this kind of the national armed forces, all these kind of different groups were calling me all over the country saying, look, I want this guy. And I said, you know, I was kind of chill. I was still with that youth counselor. I was still nice. I still took care of the kids. And then the police started acting crazy. That was about the late 80s. I didn't do anything then. But in 1990, a 16-year-old boy was shot in the back. by a police officer. And it was crazy. It was in Teaneck, New Jersey. I wish Walter feels he probably coming from Hackensack, he'd be soon. And I met this guy who everybody hated. I heard about him in 88, 89, but I never actually met him. And so when I went to Teaneck to organize the students there, we led 48 marches, which eventually got police indicted, but then it was overturned. But we raised some hell. And I met this man, fat guy with a medallion, and he heard about me, so we got together. His name was Reverend Al Sharpton, who promised me that he was going to make it, but he's not. He's in North Carolina, but he did promise me a $1,000 check, so I'm going to wait on that. So that's good. That's okay. You don't have to show up. Just give me that money. Everybody in New York hated him. So I just wanted to I was getting notes from my same black group told me don't mess with him. But he was one that stood by me every step of the way from 1990 to 2015. Even in disagreement, he was there. Even when I decided to run for mayor, I remember that for a little bit. And people, I had death threats, all that kind of stuff. Reverend Sharpton came into town, Nation of Islam gave me protection, was crazy. But we done over 250 marches and rallies around police brutality and injustice. And I worked with him literally across the country. And so he had been a arsenal and a support for this organization from then on in. Then 1995, I wanted to quit. Remember that? Because I went to college to be a journalist, a broadcaster for sports. I did not have this in mind. My brother, my oldest brother, he was more the big mouth, the activist. I would never ever thought about doing this stuff. God be my witness. I wanted to be like Marv Albert. Honestly, I wanted to be there announcing the Knicks game. Yeah, I never heard this before. But my mother, who was a longtime activist, she kind of sucked me into this stuff. And I was only one out of 11 of us. It's 8 boys and 3 girls. My mother raised us with a Mississippi education and no dad. And so, so in the 90s, wait a minute, in the 90s, my son wanted me to go on and do it like this. I didn't want to do it like this. And that's my son. Actually, 1985 he was born. 1985, so was the United Youth Council Incorporated. So give him a applause. So, my son was born in this organization. So, where am I?
Tell me my age.
Well, 95, I wanted to quit. And, I was getting a lot of hoopla. That didn't happen. But I promised my mother I'm going to do this for 30 years, and that's it. So, we'll make an announcement today, and I'll send a press release out. Not that I'll quit doing when I speak a mouth, but I will definitely step down in the next year as the chairman and director of the National Youth Council Incorporated, and we'll have a new president and director, hopefully be my son. I'm going to Florida and never to return again. No, I'm kidding. I'll somewhere be in the mix and still be a voice, and got a lot of stuff going down. So that's it. So the mayor made me be happy. No, you won't. Of my person. So now in the 2000s, we've done a lot of things and that made a difference. We just led a 22-city campaign 3 years ago against violence. We wanted a law on the state level declaring violence a public health crisis, and we did that. 22 cities was involved, 22 organizations, and we lobbied and campaigned, and he made sure Senator Lesniak wrote a law declaring violence a public health crisis, and also there was a study commission on violence which was just completed just a couple months ago. Well, it was organizations like us collaborated and pushed the bill. Now we have a long-term venture, and now we need to push the bill is to fight against gun lobbyists and gun lovers and what have you, and let them know that that guns only kill, made to kill. AK-47, AR-3, all those kinds of guns, it only kills. And most of the people killed is people that look like me and you. So we're gonna be doing a lot more of that in the coming months, and pushing extensive bills on stopping gun trafficking, which usually end up in our community, and dealing with the mental health apparatus. So there's a lot of stuff we got in store. Yep. And so many of our young folks here, and I want to say this much, and I'll give applause to Elizabeth. We have so far only 7 murders. Sound like crazy, but 7 murders we had this year, which is probably one of the safest, well, the least amount of murders since in a while. So that comes with community organization, our local government, and cooperation with our police. And we have to do more of that cooperation. Hopefully, we don't get 100 murders by the end of the year, but so far we're doing better. Actually, we're the lowest of all the big cities in the state in terms of the murder rate. Right now, Newark at this pace is breaking short 100. Hopefully, Roz will sit down with me and kind of so I can share some ideas. What else? And that's about it for now. There's a number of you who's going to be getting this medal. Let me explain the medal. In this medal, you notice it's a gold thing around here, gold ribbon. Right, thank you. So that's what happens in our age. And inside, the medal is not a gold medal. Those that are sports that may be familiar. Inside is a gold star. Now the silver, which is the silver, wow. No, don't get it, because I was going to make it green, and you know, I don't get me started with Cowboys. And you play somebody green Saturday, and our homeboy is coaching Todd Bowles, and led by the #1 defensive player in Jets history, Muhammad Wilkinson, all from Eastwick. So Cowboys, shut up. Y'all have no right to be talking about this. All right, so the gold star represents your many years of serving the community, and the silver represents more years to come. And we have some legendary people in the audience, and unfortunately quite a number of folks could not make it. This originally was scheduled for October, but I didn't want the year to go by without having some tribute. So I thank all of you for coming out, even in the rain and all that kind of stuff. So that's it for now. Thank you. I'm gonna go back to the DJ. We got some entertainers. We got Gail. She is one of the extreme vocalists in this area. My little cousin from Jersey City, she doing a play. She just started an off-Broadway play. She's gonna do a little piece on that. We got my son actually written 3 poetry books. She's gonna do a piece on that. And we got 4. Okay, 4. And we have word of mouth from back in the day, 1986. They hit the, I believe on, I'm gonna say what record, major record label. Profile Records, the same Fat Boys and all of that. Well, they're gonna do a little something here. And we have, you know,
awards to give out.
Awards to give out. That's it.